Hi guys. Okay, so I'm here to work on my man's best friend journal, which is my design team project for Kerr over at Happiness in Crafting. And yes, so I have been working on a few things behind the scenes, but they are things I can't show on video because this journal is going to a friend and she sometimes watches the channel, so she doesn't know it's for her. And yeah, so you know, I can't show those off, otherwise it will be a dead giveaway. But we last left off where we on video where we had finished the cover and binding the journal, but I only had two of these smallish, medium-ish sized rings, which was a bit of a bummer. I thought I had some more. I do. I have plenty more. Here I've got this packet here and these here from when I did other ring bound journals, and it got to be too big. But they're too big, and this looks like I thought I had some more that size, but I don't. So it looks like we're going to have to dip into these this time. So we're going up a size, which is kind of good because it gives me scope to expand even further. So we're pretty much just the next size up. But like I said, that's good because it gives me scope to expand. Oh, that's stiff. That's better. Yeah, because I've decided I am going to add a few more pages and a few other bits. So, and then of course we've got the ephemera to put in, and then when my friend starts using it and fills it, you know. So yeah, there we go. Okay, just check in, make sure that one's not very, no, I've loosened it, it's not very tight fitting. So now there's that one actually. Right, I will fiddle with these and then I'll come back. Okay. All sorted. They are definitely not going to be going anywhere once they are fastened. That's good. Where these ones, well, these ones probably wouldn't, but they're a bit loose. So don't trust them. Not for a project that I'm going to give away anyway. So I'll put them to one side and I will probably find a use for them for something else. Okay, so as I said, we're going to use these next size up ones. I'm not going to put you through the boredom of watching me take this out and put these in, but I will do that off camera. I will put them to one side. But in the meantime, I have played a little bit and I have found my black cardstock. It's just plain black cardstock. It's just A5. Well, this was actually an A4 size one, but it's the same stuff, just A5 black card. I don't believe it tells me how thick it is. It doesn't. No, it doesn't say how thick it is, but it feels quite thick. So I have mounted one of the ephemera pieces from the kit. It said man's best friend on it. I just took a black pen, this one. Yeah, I just took a black fine tip pen, well, fine-ish tip pen, and doodled around it and added the word, you know, WO for woman's best, and then put friends because she has more than one dog. Yeah, and then I inked around the edge of this in black. Excuse me, so it tied in with the black cardstock. Now that is just going to go on there, and of course I rounded the corners. Now that is going to go there, roughly centred there. These are already stuck on. I stuck them on with Fabri-Tac, and again they are two words and phrases, well, two phrases from phrases from the kit, and it says live, love, bark, and then home is where the dog is. Now again, I mounted them onto black cardstock and then cut around them in the shape that those were. Same with that one, but I glued them on. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to remove this cover. I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine. Well, the sewing machine's just to the side of me, so I'm just going to swivel my chair around, and I am going to sew around them, and then I am actually going to pop that on and sew around that onto the cover. I'm not going to sew around it first and glue it, I'm going to sew it directly onto the cover. So that will be what you see me do next. Okay guys, I'm back. Yeah, so I have done the cover. Unfortunately for you, I didn't video it because my machine did not like going through. It was fine going through the cover and the cardstock that I backed it with, but it did not like going through them extra layers. I mean, there's 2 extra layers of cardstock there plus them, and it did not like going through it. So I pretty much had to do it by hand with the wheel a lot of the time. So I figured I'd save you that. And yes, so I sewed around that first before going around the edges. I sewed around it, and then I just put some Fabri-Tac in that middle piece on the back between the stitching, so it was nowhere near the edges, and then I just went around the edge through the cover, and then I did these through the cover. And I love the way it turned out because it's almost like it's pushed it into the cover. So instead of kind of sticking up on top of the cover like it was originally, it's almost kind of, I don't know, like indented it into the cover. It's pretty flat. It's fairly cool. So yeah, I'm really impressed with how that turned out. My stitching's improving, guys. Well happy. Going around the corners, well chuffed. Alright, it still needs improvement in some areas, but it's getting better. And I managed to stitch in a circle again. Woohoo! Love it. It is, you can see the stitching on the inside of the cover from when I went around the journal cover, and then from then just going around those embellishments, but I'm going to leave it because I quite like that. Don't know whether the recipient will, but you know, yeah, pretty much you could write in them anyway. So yeah, I'm going to leave them as is. I have changed the rings over, and I also spared you the boredom of me doing the rounding the corners on every page that I put back in. Yeah, I just couldn't help myself, guys. I really couldn't. I don't know what my obsession is with having rounded corners on everything, but yeah, it's my little thing, my niche. But yeah, so we will add the cover, and there we go. I'm loving it. So there's plenty of room there for it to expand, which is good because, like I said, I'm going to add some more pages in there. But it's already a nice big chunky book already. As a recap for those who haven't been following along and may only just be seeing this for the first time, as I said at the beginning of the video, I am using a kit by Kerr at Happiness in Crafting called Man's Best Friend. I just changed it to Woman's Best Friend because this is it's not actually a journal, it's going to be a photo album journal for a friend. And these are some of the ephemera pieces that go into it. So there's 2, no, yes there are 2. That's just coming unglued there, but that's fine. I'll glue that back together. So there's 2 large tags there, super cute. And then there are a handful of journaling cards that I have backed here. And then these I haven't. I'm not sure why I didn't, but I haven't. I think, like I said, I was going to make little booklets out of them. But yeah, I'm not going to go through everyone individually. I'm full of ink. I'm not going to go through everyone individually. I'll link the video for the kit show, the kit reveal below. But there's all sorts of different words and phrases and things like that. I'm just wondering, actually, seeing as how we've got that stitching on the inside, whether or not should I put one in between them, do you think? What do you reckon? Maybe? No, I don't think I will. I like seeing the stitching. Anyway, no, I'll leave it as it is. But yeah, so what I did with the main page, and there's all sorts of different ephemera pieces in there which we'll get to at some point, if I don't use all of them, then I'll package them up in a little envelope for her to add in wherever she wants to herself. So the kit pages themselves, I printed them onto A4 paper, so of course it would be this big, and then I just folded them in half, so that you've got that side of the image there, that side of the image there, and then I just glued around them to make pocket pages. So this one is a side pocket page, and I used my black cardstock to create what you call a photo mat. So these are just plain backgrounds that you would just put a photo straight onto, glue it on. So I'm going to do some more of these, cut some more of these out, but again I'll spare you that, I'll do that off camera. So yeah, and then in between I added another one of G's random pages. This was one of her Freebie Friday pages. Again, it was A4. I folded it in half and glued it, just so that they've got a bit of writing space there. Again, some blank pages. That was just some paper that I got from Amazon. It's also what I've used to back the main covers, the front cover, and some of the ephemera pieces. I love this. It's already aged like that. It's print paper and it's awesome. And like I said, I got it from Amazon. But yeah, then we've got another pocket page here. So again, just an A4 piece of paper, one of the pages folded in half, and then I sewed it across there and up there to make a top loading pocket. And yeah, this one I did another photo mat that goes in there. So, and I don't know why, but this one does not want to slide in very well, even though I've cut it down several times to make it fit. I'm not altogether sure why. It just likes to be awkward. There's plenty of room in there. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it wants to fight me on it. But anyway, yes, so that's a top loading pocket. And then we have another page, and that's basically what I've done. I've just put these two in between every pocket page. Every one of the kit pages has been turned into a pocket page, and I've alternated. So we've got a side tuck page, then we've got a top loading page, again a side tuck page, a top loading page here, and I've moved the little thumb holes wherever, like even on the side ones, I've moved them over to where, instead of centralising them all, I've moved them over to where it didn't cut into too much of the main feature of the page. Sorry, I will back out a bit. I've forgotten off. I'm showing you this bit and I'm off centre for that. Out of frame, that's what I mean. Honestly, words failing me today. That one's slightly that way. I don't know why I did that way. It could have gone in the middle actually, but that one ended up down there. My sewing's not that great. So again, another main page. That's a side pocket, top loading pocket there. There wasn't a lot I could do about that as regards to the poochie's faces, because that's where the page folded. Although if I'd have thought ahead and actually used my brains a little bit, no, I was going to say I could have cut it so that it didn't do that, but I couldn't have done. No, I don't think I could have done. Anyway, well, yes, I could actually. Could I? No. Could I have done? No. My brain's thinking one thing and it's not right. Anyway, another side loading pocket there. Love that. Beautiful images there. Some more pages there. And then a top loading pocket at the back. Love that one, it's so cute. And then we have the back page there, which I think I've got some vellum under my desk here. It's actually not vellum, it's tracing. Ooh, I'm knocking things off. It's not vellum, sorry, it's tracing paper. I always say vellum. But I've got some A3 sheets of tracing paper. It's actually what I use here on my desk. That's just Amazon packaging paper. and this is the tracing paper I'm talking about, and this is on my desk just literally to stop that glare there from the strip lights right above. And the Amazon packaging paper, I don't need it, just the tracing paper alone gets rid of the glare, but the Amazon packaging paper underneath there gives me a guideline of where I need to be when I'm filming to be in frame. Although that's not always, that doesn't always work because this moves around all over the place. I used to stick it down to the desk, but this gets ripped and torn that much. I might actually stick the packaging paper down. But anyway, yeah, so I think I might use some of this tracing paper just to create a nice big pocket there on the back. I will just glue that in if I do though. Although I don't know, I could sew on the back I suppose, but then you'd see it. Anyway, yeah, so there we go, that's that. I might even add one there on the front, then you can tuck things in and out of there. You'd still see the fancy stitching through the pocket. Oh yes, I could do like a signature G pocket, couldn't I, where you do the vellum and then just put a put something over the top of it. Anyway, this is pretty much where I'm at right now with this. As I said, I have done quite a few other bits off camera, but I can't show you them just yet. I will show you those, however, when it comes to the final flip through, which will be after the person has received this. Yeah, so, and I'm not rushing to get this done, even though it is a design team project. I'm not rushing to get it done because I have work in between other things as well as other crafting projects that I'm doing, but I also want this to be just right. I don't want to rush it and mess it up. So I'm going to add some more pages. I'll do that off camera. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this. It's just a big thick pad of squared paper, like we call it, kind of like math book paper here, or grid paper as some people call it. It's already an ivory colour, which is awesome. It came in a big thick, there was way more than that of it. I've torn into this quite a few times, but it came in a big thick kind of faux leatherish cover that I pulled it out of, and I've put the cover aside to use for a different project, and then I can't find it because I've had this for ages. It is A4 size, so it's going to be pretty perfect to just turn that way, cut to size, and then just, you know, cut maybe a couple of them squares off, and it's already the perfect size to go in. And I could get 2 pages out of each, out of one sheet there. So I will probably do some of this off camera, some more of this off camera, because I work quicker when I'm not on camera. But I just wanted to come back and show you guys that it's not been abandoned. It is still being worked on. It's just that I can't show you the things that I've been working on yet. So I will love you and leave you guys. When I return with the next video, I will definitely have had all of these photo mats done and added in. I will have the extra pages done and added in. And then I'm not sure what we'll do next. Maybe make little booklets out of these like I was going. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Anyway, so as I said, I will love you and leave you guys, and I will speak to you all again very soon. So take care, stay safe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!